So, hey folks, it's Andrew here with Canadian Musician, and we're in one of the side rooms at the Cool House, soon to be RIP, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the venue
This
is
room or the venue?
the whole thing, Government Cool House.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway.
That's
Sad day.
sad. There's
Yeah.
so many great artists who performed here.
I thought we could come together on that. Some of my formative shows were here. So it's kind of special that you guys are rocking here tonight, part of FanFest for Canadian Music Week. The band is Magic. We've got Alex, Ben, Nasri, and Mark. Probably know the single if you don't know the band, but there's a good chance you do. Rude has been just tearing it up on radio. Home here in Canada, down in the US, it's growing pretty quickly. It was huge in Australia and New Zealand. The new one's called Don't Kill the Magic, and yeah, just kind of rolling that out to radio now, eh?
Yes. We were apparently like the #2 added after Michael Jackson on radio this week. So, Michael, we love you. You're not alive and you're beating us. That's okay. Beat it!
Yeah, if there's anyone you have to play runner-up to, that's
we'll
passable.
take Michael and Justin Timberlake. They're pretty popular.
Nasri, one half of the Grammy-winning production and songwriting team, The Messengers, got fingerprints on hits by Shakira, Justin Bieber, Grammy win for Chris Brown's Fame. Yeah, you've been in the business for a long time. I'm curious as to the timing. Like, what made now the time that you kind of wanted to set off and do your own thing?
You know, it wasn't really like that. I actually been trying for years. This is just the one that worked, you know?
Okay.
I've been trying to be an artist forever, and I've been an artist forever. And most of the time, the artists over time have been just taking the songs that were for me. Mm-hmm. But then when I met Mark, I was like, you know what? This guy's got his own voice on the guitar. He's handsome. Look at this guy.
Oh. So handsome.
And
You're handsome.
Oh, there's a sound check coming up. And that's it. I said, you know what? This feels right. You know, let's do something fun, and so far so good.
Let's talk about influence and what you guys each bring to the table. I mean, you've had a hand in a lot of different styles and genres, but you know, that reggae sound, it was clear like the moment I heard it. You guys are fans of the Police. Yeah, yeah, I'd love to hear from some of the other guys. Feel free to grab the mic, but yeah, the group, how did it come together that when you guys came into the fold, how did the sound start to take shape?
A lot of us share a lot of similar influences. I mean, when we talk about the sound of the band, we often talk about the Police. We'll talk about No Doubt. We'll talk about the Wailers. Bob Marley's a huge influence on each of us. Mm-hmm. And then we also bring in our own individual thing to the table. Like, I really love the Beatles and the Beach Boys and a lot of that kind of stuff. There's some R&B fans in the band. And so I think you do hear a lot of that, especially on the whole album. Rude has a certain flavor to it. Don't Kill the Magic kind of introduces some new touches. But when you hear the whole album, you'll hear a lot of influences and sounds through the whole thing.
I'm pretty stoked about it. It's dropping. Do you have a set date yet? July, I think?
Yes, July 1st.
Oh, Canada Day. How's that?
You got to do it on Canada Day. We're the Canadian band of Canada.
What are the plans? Yeah, I mean, we talked about the two singles that have just been tearing it up, and well, yeah, tell us a little bit more about the record, and because not a lot of people have had a taste yet, what are some of those things that people can expect that, like you were saying, maybe they haven't caught wind of yet, just with the two select tracks?
Well, I think Rude was a good kickoff for people to get to know us, and now that we have Rude and Don't Kill the Magic, they're a little polarized, so it's kind of the pop rock side and the pop reggae sort of side. So I'd say, you know, that pop and reggae is sort of a through line throughout the whole album, and you'll hear that. But it really is a wide range. There's like very some real nice ballads on there, Wailers type songs, and then there's more up tempo, really like guitar riff driven stuff. So it actually is a wide range of stuff. But I think with Rude and Don't Kill the Magic, you're already getting a little idea, and then we just want to get people to get the album. You know what I mean?
Sure. Some of the things like we were talking about that you've worked on with other artists, and well, just the fact all you guys are accomplished and sounded unreal. We just caught a little bit of sound check, and I was sold even then. I'm curious, maybe I'm grasping at straws here, but when you're sitting down to write for this project specifically, considering how big your bag of tricks is it ever tough to kind of really focus and narrow down to the very basic idea that you're going for, or does that just kind of come naturally?
I think Mark probably, he has a lot of melodic ideas. So Mark probably has the most choices to go through as a guitar player out of us. I'm pretty simple. I just kind of do that idea that's in my head. So Mark, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, by all means.
All the crazy choices you have to sift through.
Honestly, I feel like we just try to be, as open as possible when we're writing. Nasri has amazing ideas, and everyone does, and we just, someone might come up with something cool, and we just try to work from that. Sometimes it'll be a vocal hook or a melodic idea, or maybe it's just a musical fragment, and then that builds into something more substantial. But I think we all try to pride ourselves on being open, and we do what we can to just make it a great process to make the music.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah,
The track, well, obviously I was going to say it sounds very polished. It's well produced, straight to radio hit. But I mean, getting the chance to hear you bring it out, like even in that setting, I was really not surprised, but just impressed as to how full it sounded. I mean, you guys were all like bang on. It was so tight and together that it sounded, just like it was off the record. I'm curious, when you're writing, when you're in the studio, did you always kind of have it in mind, like how these were going to translate to the stage, like instead of overkilling with overdubs and elements? Was that a consideration, or was it more just...
That was the first consideration, actually.
Okay.
When making the music, it was to create everything as a part. So there isn't a bunch of washy sound going on. We don't feel like there's a need to overcompensate. Just come up with the best parts you can, and that on its own, every part is its own star, and then it just kind of shines together nicely.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, July 1st is the record.
Yeah.
Get your hands on it. OurNameIsMagic.com is the site. You can get your hands on or get a taste of the first 2 tracks. More information on where to see these guys, where to cop the record. So after that drops, what's coming up for you guys, like the next half of the year? Anything people should be looking forward to?
We got a busy summer ahead. There's gonna be a lot of festivals, a lot of TV promo stuff throughout the summer. I think is gonna be a lot of promo stuff, and then come the fall, we'll probably be touring Canada, and then Australia, and then the U.S., and then the world forever and ever, still as far as we can see into the future.
Oh, bang on. All right. So once in, we got Alex, Ben, Nasri, and Mark, and big thanks. They are magic. OurNameIsMagic.com is the site, and expect more from these guys, both in Canadian Musician and probably everywhere else.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks.